Hey guys, and thanks for your interest in my video. If this video provides you any value, please like it, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to follow along on my game dev journey. Today I'm doing something a little different. Since my game jam was kind of a bummer, I kind of whiffed it. I mean, who am I kidding? I failed. Check out the video here. I'm going to bring you a little look into how Nintendo actually tried and succeeded in listening to all the Paper Mario fan criticism with their new game, Paper Mario: The Origami King. Before we get into this is not a review of the game. I actually have no opinions of the gameplay. This is strictly design focused. Alright, now that we've got those nerds out of here, let's continue. First, let's talk about the general design of the new game. It's got some next level graphics for a game like this. The levels look amazing, and even the paper people look like real paper. Bravo, you've done it again, Nintendo. Always one-upping yourself. So, without further ado, I'm going to go into the 4 game design practices we can learn from Paper Mario: The Origami King. First, let's hit the combat system. It's important when you create a new game, you want to include something that makes it stand out, something unique. The Origami King does just that. They've kind of mixed together classic puzzle elements with turn-based RPG tactics to create their Circle of Death combat system. This is a pretty imaginative way of fighting that definitely doesn't hurt the game. Basically, in the first phase you solve a puzzle, lining up your enemies around the circle in perfect order to prepare for phase 2. Battle. The battle phase is nothing special, but it's phase 1 that really sets up the battle phase so you can line up the enemies and then Final Fantasy crush them in one foul swoop. Next, I want to compliment the brilliance of their level design. It's pretty amazing how vast and unique they made these levels. They're large and beautiful, but they're still interactive and intuitive. When designing levels, definitely consider your audience. Now for all of you who aren't Nintendo gurus out there, the Paper Mario series is driven toward a group of people that need a little more in their game than just digging holes and chopping down trees. Nintendo knows that the people who play Paper Mario are more die-hard fans of the series. Thus, their level design has to appeal to those folks. It's pretty clear just looking at the overall level design of this game that, besides Paper Mario fans, this game is mainly marketed toward fans of the Zelda series. It includes a Toad Town that's highly reminiscent of Hyrule Castle Town from Ocarina of Time, and a boat mechanic that can't help but being compared to the Wind Waker. You can't say Nintendo hasn't been reeling in on their audience for a long time. Beyond their familiar similarities of Zelda sights and mechanics, their beautiful graphics and large levels, they go back to number 1 with their new origami mechanic that adds a unique complexity and fun to the game. This brings me to the third thing. There are only certain people who'd even consider paying you to be in game development. I'm not talking about your parents, your fans. Listen to them. If they think a mechanic is too hard or broken, or in this case too repetitive and annoying, figure out a way to change it or take it out. Your fans know best, and Paper Mario accomplishes this with their in-game combat. Not the combat system, but their Pokemon-derived constant random battles that have plagued the series have been replaced with more meaningful story-driven battles. This gives the player something to fight for, a little more than just going through the motions of fighting again and again and again. Just remember this. Paper Mario could only get away with changing things in their sequel because of its and its parent company's brand recognition. As an indie developer, it's important to get these things out of the way before release. The way this can be done is by recruiting a diverse group of playtesters that can accurately represent the pool of people who will be playing the game. The goal would be to get it tested out and approved by a majority of the playtesters before you even consider releasing it. Trying to perfect the first 3 practices on this list should be the goal for every indie game developer. But the hard part is not getting caught up in what perfect means. That brings me to the final practice we can learn from this game. When your game is ready, release it. If you're at all like me and you have so many boxes to check and feedback loops to evaluate, the game may never seem perfect, but there are only so many changes you can make to a game before destroying it. The important thing is to notice when your game is done. If your level design is good, the game mechanics are okay, and everything's been approved by the majority of the testers, then finish up the game and release it. If you don't release a game that you put this much effort into, you're not only cheating yourself, but everyone who you've told about the game. Looking at you, StarCraft Ghost. Not all games will be perfect, but if you put this much effort into a game, then you're eons ahead of many developers who just dish out copycat Flappy Birds and Pokemon games every week. When you follow proper game design and development practices, you have the potential to make a AAA quality game from the comfort of your own home. Now that's enough ranting for one video. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, and subscribe if you want to continue to follow along on my game dev journey. Thanks. Bye.